Before this, I never would have thought about GAA clothes, even though everyone in my community wears them.
I never knew much about GAA clothes before.
I think the hardest thing we've done with just the 5 of us is probably the survey and the data research, because I'd never done it before. I had no clue what I was doing.
GAA clothes are becoming fast fashion. As they used to be just be worn on the pitch or to go out to trainings, they're now being worn as a normal wear. As a group, we made up questions and made a survey and posted it on Facebook. We have got 202 responses.
87% of people who done surveys think GAA clothes last long.
3% of people don't buy GAA clothes at all.
34% of people give their GAA clothes to charity.
63% of people said yes or sometimes that GAA clothes are being made too often.
132 people say that GAA clothes are easy to dispose of, but do they really know where they're actually ending up?
Fashion is the second biggest polluter after oil.
GAA clothes are polyester, which is non-biodegradable plastic, and takes 200 years to break down.
GAA tops are polluting in 2 ways. The first one is when they're making them, the chemicals will damage our earth, and washing them, the microplastics affect the ocean.
1% of recycled clothes are made into new clothes.
I'm the manager of Vincent's here, our second-hand charity shop in Cushendall. Our experience with the GAA tops would be that they are very good sellers, but the thing that would hinder us from selling and be able to sell them would be that we would have the initials or names put on the t-shirts. If they're stitched in, they can be removed. But again, that would have to be on the customer, so they would be reluctant to buy it. And if they've actually been like ironed on or in the material, then they can't be removed at all, so they end up going to probably to our recyclers, which will then break them down, and then they could end up in landfill. So
We have to have sponsorships on our jerseys, and then every couple of years we have to get a new jersey because there's a new sponsorship.
The first thing I do when they get a GAA top is get the initials on it, so it's not lifted at training and matches, or if it's left behind, there's a way of getting it back to us. That's the main aim. But then they're left with the problem is what happens to these tops later. Some, if it's embroidered, you can get the stitches removed and you can pass it on, and if not, I try to give it to somebody with the same initials, but normally I'm left with them sitting in the pile in the house that nobody wants because they're initialed.
We have learned that GAA have been trying to raise awareness about this by doing green clubs. We've learned our local club is also one of them.
Sustainable development goals is responsible consumption.
We know personalisation and sponsors will mean more tops end up in landfill.
GAA tops are mostly made in Ireland, and I personally think that GAA tops are supposed to be disposed in Ireland.
Our big idea is the GAA gear we are making, we need to make more reusable by taking off initials and sponsorships to reduce the impact of GAA gear on the environment. Simple, we buy less so we make less GAA wear.